Hey guys, we're just sitting here down in West Bank. We just stopped at Walmart for the night. If you guys didn't know, my diesel heater failed, so I ended up having to get a new controller. So we're gonna pop that in here pretty soon. But first, I thought I'd let you guys know how much gas I've been using to get here and there and everywhere else. But the last 2 weeks has been the best, which is the reason why I've literally just parked it for 2 weeks. Is just to save gas money. Now, it only cost me $40 to get there, back, and fill the tank. So that's pretty darn good. So we're gonna go do the same thing. We're gonna spend $40. We're gonna park it for another week, stay there for a little while. We're gonna install this diesel heater, controller, and we're gonna talk about budget and gas money and how much it costs to live in this van. So we're gonna go through, I'm gonna go through my receipts after I'm done parking the van, getting it all leveled and everything. Get the boat in the water, and we'll talk about the receipts and how much it costs to do what I did. You know, go out to Bella Coola, come back here, and then and then I'll compare it to how much it costs to sit in one spot for 2 weeks and just not move. You know what I mean? So come with me, let's go on a journey, let's go on a little adventure up the mountain before it gets too hot, because it's just getting pretty warm up there. Alright, see you guys at the mountain. Okay guys, finally been crunching some numbers, and I think I've got everything figured out. I went through my budget book to figure out what, everything that you guys would be paying for or everybody else would be paying for, and that are most common. Maybe some of y'all won't like to have Starlink on your budget, but at least I've got it written down for you, so you can take that $189 away from the said amount, so that you can make the perfect calculations and make the best judgment for yourself. So I went and I wrote down all of the gas prices, all the gas that I used, and between the 20 days that I was out from Quesnel, where I started my travel season, well, I actually started in Grand Prairie, but I'm not going to calculate all that gas going from Grand Prairie to Quesnel to start my travel season into the calculations. So there's going to be about 20 days. So I went from Quesnel up into Bella Coola, and then from Bella Coola back to Williams Lake, and it cost me $413. Now, you also have to take into consideration that I am native, so I get status, so I get a little bit cheaper, but not a heck of a lot. Sometimes it's only 3 cents, sometimes it's 6 cents, sometimes it's a little bit more. Sometimes it's only $1.17, which is only once that it's happened so far this year, other than paying for gas in Grand Prairie. It was $1.19, I think, when I left there. But anyways, so I would add about maybe 10-15% on top of that. Plus, you got to know that I went up dirt roads and back to the highway, up dirt roads, back to the highway, quite a few times exploring. So if you don't end up doing that, you might end up not spending as much money. So that is my little guesstimate. That's my personal, for my bookkeeping and records and stuff. That's how much I spent. Now, for the month of May, I actually spent just over $650 on gas. Just for the month of May. That's 30 days of gasoline. But I also have to go pick up my kids and then bring them back down to the Okanagan, where I have space in my mom's house that we can go hang out for a few days, because they're not going to end up wanting to live in a van for a week. So that's that. And then I ended up driving them back up north to their mom's house and dropping them off. And then when I was done dropping them off in Grand Prairie, I drove down to Quesnel. So it did cost me a few extra dollars. So it might not cost you extra. So that is also into consideration. I also added a cell phone I also added a gym membership fee so that you can go and have a shower, because that's probably most likely something most van lifers have, is a gym membership. I pay for ICBC, which covers basically the box of the van, the engine, all that fun stuff, the tires. And then I pay for private insurance, which covers the walls, the stove, the cargo box that's attached, the solar panels attached. Now, if you get regular ICBC insurance, they don't actually cover all of the extra stuff inside the van or the solar panels. So that's something you need to take in consideration. And I also pay for rental insurance, which covers, my blankets, my clothes, my food, everything that's not attached to the van. That also covers the contents of my trailer as well. So my boat motor, my boat, my fishing rod holders, my rods, all of that stuff is covered under the rental insurance. I've also included heat. So sometimes you may not consider including heat, but it did get pretty chilly at night, so I ended up using my diesel heater quite a bit. And I also included that because I went early spring when it was still a little bit chilly, when the bears started waking up, but not quite too warm out that I needed, shorts. So I was mostly in pants for the entire trip. And I also included food. Now, it's hard to include food because I had a stock of food in the van already paid for. Therefore, I didn't have to go and buy a lot of food from the grocery stores because there was a lot of food in the van already. But I rounded it to about $400. That's how much money I've spent in food. But that was also in, say, Prince George, for example, where I stopped at Costco and the superstores and Walmarts before I headed off into the bush. Now, this also includes the places that I stopped to get eggs and cream and milk and things that, the perishables, the things that don't last very long in the fridge, the things that you go through a little bit more. But to be reasonable, I'm up here for 2 weeks. I could have 3 cream and it'll last me. That's kind of what I did. Is yesterday I went down the mountain, went shopping, got some cream, got a few things, did a few things. Now I'm doing this and now I'm back up at the mountain, ready to go. Got my propane tanks filled. Oh yeah, that doesn't include propane, so that's something you also got to consider. That being said, my total calculation comes to $959.55. That's without gas. Okay, with gas and everything including Starlink cell, Anytime Fitness, insurance, heat, food, gas is $1,373.41. That's pretty cheap, considering this is a full-size van. Well, it's not the extended, and it's not super heavy weight, but at that cost is actually pretty reasonable. I'm pretty stoked about that. Now, I wanted to compare it to how much it would cost to stay put in one spot without moving or doing anything but going to the store and then coming back. So staying stationary in one spot is $1,067.55. So by staying stationary in one spot and going fishing and not having to do much, I can save $305. Well, maybe even more, because I wouldn't be using as much heat right now because it's summertime. So yeah, $360, $370. Totally can save a lot of money just by packing up all your stuff, going to a wreck site, staying for 2 weeks. Doesn't cost you anything. Pack up, go back to the store, grab some groceries, and go to the next wreck site. Anyways, that's going to be it. I'm going to put this away, and that concludes the budget portion of this video. Now that I got the paperwork all done and out of the way, the one thing that was really cool was seeing the loons out. At one point, I was here a couple weeks ago, and they're sitting on the nest, and they're not hatched yet. And then not even like a week ago, like 6 days ago, they hatched. and they've been out and about following their mom and dad, roaming around the lake, and it's so cute. And I wish I had like a 400 mil or whatever lens on a full body camera, so I can just get zoomed right in to take a close shot of those beautiful birds. Even though loons are like fishermen's worst nightmares, they'll steal your fish. They'll wait until you let go of the fish, catch and release, right? And they'll go after the fish and eat it, which, well, we've been supporting the loons. Well, my neighbor's been supporting the loons. The loon hasn't quite got my fish, but he's caught quite a few other people's fishes, and it's quite hilarious. It's just always amazing to see nature, out in the wild, just living. Anyways, I'm gonna go live, and I'm gonna actually go pull out this diesel heater from under the van and get it working again, because I got some parts. And we're gonna go install them. So let's go pop that heater out of the van and get it installed. The first step is getting under the van, loosening the 4 bolts, removing the exhaust pipe, the intake, and the diesel fuel line. Alright, we just pulled the casing off, pulled it out of its box, and now I'm just loosening up these bolts. Oops. Had to go grab the camera because I didn't record it last time I did this. So this is a brand new heater. Oh yeah, that's silicone seal. Wasn't even sealed properly. Look at that. Interesting. I'll go grab the other. It's a good thing I got a new seal package. Oh my goodness. So I've got to clean up all this surface area so we can put the new seal on. It's gonna be bad inside, I know it. Okay. Moment of truth. Whoa. Oh my goodness, look at that. That's 100% clogged. You guys gotta see this. This is why she didn't plate up. Oh. Next part. Each one of these fins is cake. Okay, now we got the heater all pretty well cleaned up. I think we're gonna just wipe down the best we can. Once you got everything cleaned out and you've married it all back together, the gasket's been replaced, it's time to tighten the screws to the chamber. Not too tight, but snug. So we're gonna slide this bad boy in here. It's time to move on and put the glow plug screen in, and then the glow plug. There we go. And then we're going to just use the new glow plug as well. Not too tight, but snug. The majority is flat. Let's check this one. It's good to double check and make sure both surfaces are flat when you mate them together for a good seal. Okay. Forever hold your peace. You're getting married together. Before you tighten the bolts here, It's good to make sure that the gasket is actually sitting on the metal and not sticking out, leaving an air gap. Brand spanking new. Now, I made a mistake here because I didn't have the reference from the old controller that I was plugging the sensor into the right slot. So it was kind of a trial and error, but when I actually plugged it in, I got an E9 error. So I swapped these two wires here, and then it worked perfectly fine after that. So it's good to make sure that you're plugging in your sensor and your DC fan into the right location on the main board. Best take the opportunity now and wipe it down the best you can before you put it back in its casing. Last but not least, replace the rubber gasket that mates to the turret plate inside the van. Time to go install it. Got everything done up but one last thing. Well, two last things. I forgot the fuel tank, but I don't know if you guys can see that. It's not terribly clogged, but I wonder if we can get some of it out. So I'm gonna grab a few items and unclog it, get that attached, get the fuel tank attached, and we'll see you guys in a bit, because yeah, we're just about home free. It works! Yes! We have heat. I'm so excited to have heat again. Yeah, it's smoking a little bit. It's just gonna burn off some excess fuel that the old controller left in there, but I think we're good, guys. This is the same controller that I had before, so I accidentally bought the wrong controller, so hopefully this controller works out good. Alright, I'm gonna put some tools away, let this heater burn. Yeah, I'm excited for sure. Well, I just finished up dinner, had my steak, had some delicious food. My neighbor over there, he's got a little mini Starlink. I'm gonna go check that thing out. That thing looks so cool. Anyways, maybe one day we'll pick one up, but for now, we'll just stick with our Gen 2. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys got some insight on how much it costs to travel versus how much it costs to sit still. Hopefully that helps you guys out in making decisions on whether or not where you're going, or what you're gonna do, or how you're gonna sit in the van, or how you're gonna travel in the van. Anyways, remember, thumbs up, subscribe, peace out.